How you doing? Are you struggling to understand the Photoshop interface? Well, tonight I'm going to teach you everything about the Photoshop interface and how to set it up and everything with it. So after you created your file, you go and save your file and you get an interface. Everything you're looking at here is an interface, right? Everything you're looking at is an interface, right? Now this is a Photoshop interface, okay? It's not just any other interface, it's a Photoshop interface, right? So you don't confuse other interfaces with this interface, right? Even though Adobe sort of make everything look similar, but then it's not very, very similar, okay? Right, now let me explain from the top left and then down to the bottom, right? Now, up here you got files, edit, image, layers, type, select, and all this. These are just options, menus, and selections, okay? Now, normally every program should have this on top, right? Now this needs its own explanation, right? Now if you want more explanation on what's going on here, well then you just gotta subscribe so you can get all these videos that I post about all these things, right? But then these are just options, selections, and menus, right? Great. Now down here, not down here, but just below this okay, right here is a minimize. If you want to minimize the whole Photoshop thing, let me click. I don't even need to explain this. I don't know why I'm explaining this, because this is every window, every computer has this, right? Yes, so I'm sorry. Now right here we have properties, right? These are properties, but then these are not just properties. These are not stable properties, so to say. These properties are explained well if I explain the tools section first, okay? Because these properties goes with whatever tool you just selected. As you can see, whatever tool I'm selecting, the properties change, right? These are not every properties of the tool, so to say, right? For example, if I click this tool, right, I'm gonna have a little bit of properties, or this tool or that tool. I'm gonna have a little bit of properties, only the properties that are mostly used for that tool, okay? But then if you want all of the properties for the tool, you have to come down here, or rather on the right hand side. But I'm coming there, right? So this is what it is. This is the panels, sorry, this is the tools section, right? And these are tools. Now, if you wanna know all about these tools, you wanna know how they work, and what they do, and what they are, all these tools, right? Again, subscribe to my channel and get these videos, or you can just scroll right now and find the video where I explain any tool you want, okay? Any tool you want, I'm explaining it, right? Great. So what do we have now? We have this right here, right? This right here is just, it's a title, right? It's a title and details of the file, right? The artboard, the color, or rather the color type, and the name of the file, etc., etc., right? Now if I open another file, I'm gonna have another title here, and if I open another one, I'm gonna have another title here, and it can just keep going. It's just a whole tab, sort of like your computer, internet, browser. Great. Now right here we have the panels, right? These are the panels. Well, let me just say right here is the place of properties, right? Properties and controls. Okay, for example, you can see the properties here. For everything you selected, this is where you get the properties, right? The properties, and you get the library, the layers comps, and you get the layers. You know, it's just, the layers are right here, right? It's just a lot of things you can just take and put here, right? Take and put here. And right here is it's sort of the same thing, but then right here is in icon form, okay? If you click the icon, you can get a full view of it. It can just extend like this. See the color swatches and all that. You can just extend like this, and etc, etc, right? And then you click on these two arrows, it goes back. So this and this is just the same thing, but then over here is in icon form, over here is in an open form, okay? Yes. And then right here you have your scroll bar. This is a horizontal scroll bar, okay? Or you can just use your mouse. See that? Use my mouse. And down here you have your vertical scroll bar. Vertical scroll bar, okay? Good. And right here you have the yet another properties short panel, right? It's a properties panel. It shows you how big the artboard is. For example, 1920 by 1080, and then it shows you the PPIs, okay, or the resolutions, which are 72, okay? Yes. And then right here you have the search. You can search for whatever you want, you know, whatever tool you're looking for, and then it's gonna show right here. Okay, let me say I'm looking for a brush. I don't know where to find it or how to find it. I'm just gonna say brush, you see, and I'm gonna show you the brush, and I'm gonna click, and now I'm on a brush. See that? And right here you have this and this arrow, and this is the same thing. You can click here. This is a workspace, so I can change the workspaces for I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong for me. This is a 3D workspace, and this is a painting workspace. I can just keep changing them. As you can see. Photography workspace, and this is my workspace that I created, right? But then we're gonna go back here so I can explain things easier, right? And well, this is just for sharing, and you know, this is the internet stuff, okay? Let's not dwell in that. Great. Again, this is not just this, right? This is also flexible. You can literally add and extend it, you know, however you want it to look like, you know. And you can also extend these ones. See? Yeah, you can extend these ones, or you can just remove it entirely. Just close it, okay? If you want to remove this one, you can just close it. See that? On this one too, close it. You know, you can just close whatever you like, or you can just make it a group tab and just group it all together. You know, it's so flexible. Photoshop is so flexible, right? Or you can just remove it from this panel right here, okay? See, now it's floating, right? You can just remove it, and you can extend it here, okay? And you can still take any of this and edit in this panel that is floating right here. So now you have two panels, see that? And you can still play with them, and you can just click these arrows right here, make it smaller, okay? In this way you can just move it like around like here, and then make it smaller, so now it doesn't take space on your workspace. You get what I'm saying? Great. So if you want to reset everything, you can just come back here and then say reset, and then it's going to go back to how it used to look like. Now, to close this tutorial, let's just come up here, come to edit, and go down to preferences and go to interface, right? I just have to show you this before I close everything, right? Now, this panel is for sort of changing things that you cannot change directly on the interface. For example, color, you can change color of the interface right here. See, you have white and all that. Great. You can change the highlight. See this box thing right here? See this box highlight thing? You can change it. You can make it blue, which doesn't look blue to me. It looks purple, right? But put back to default. This is the best. It looks good like this, right? Great. And then you can change like colors from screen modes. This is a standard screen mode. You can change the coloring of the interface on the screen mode. The standard screen mode is this one. And the full screen with menu is, you can change it alone, not everything. On the full screen, you can change it alone with not everything. And you know, I talked about screen modes on the other video. If you want to see that video, there's a flag popping up right now, right there on top. Check on top, right there. Click on that flag right there, and you can see that video explaining about screen modes. Right now, let's continue. You have artboard color. Now the artboard color is the color of the artboard, or rather the space surrounding the artboard. For example, I can make it black. You see it's black. Let me just remove it a little bit, right? Or I can make it light gray, okay? Or I can make it medium gray, dark gray, okay? And that's it. Now, don't play with the borders, because this is just making the borders of the artboards. I'm sorry, the borders of the interface. You know, they have drop shader, or they have just linear, or they have nothing, right? But don't mess with this. Just leave it to shadow, drop shadow, right? It's great. Now down here, don't mess with these things again. But then let me just explain it. UI language, this is a language that you see on the UI. Language is English, right? English International. So there's no need for messing with it. And then we have font size. The font size, every font that you see around here, right? This is the size of it, right? You can make it tiny, you can make it small, medium, large. Leave it too small is fine. Or maybe if you have eye problem, you can just make it large and leave it there, right? But small is fine. Great. And the scale, don't mess with the scale, leave it on auto, okay? Because you're gonna be familiar with Photoshop, and then you're gonna wanna change some things around. So if you change some things around and then some things are not really changing as they should, now you're gonna blame yourself. You're gonna blame Adobe. You're gonna blame your computer, forgetting that you changed things here. So don't change things like this. Leave it alone, right? Great. Leave these options alone. Color, channel coloring. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. This is everything that I can explain with interface. So you have your interface. Now you know how to do and where does whatever stays. For example, if you come up to Windows, right, and let's say you wanna add something on the interface, right? You can add sort of, let me see, what do you wanna add? Let's say you wanna add history, histogram, color, blah, blah, blah. Let's say you wanna add color. Okay, you already have color. So let's see. What do you wanna add? Histogram. Where is it? Histogram like this. It's gonna come up here. See, you've already added it. What else you wanna add? Adjustment layer. You see? Adjustment layer. Now it's floating, but you can just pin it over here, right? Over here. See, when I do this, I can put it part of this group, or I can just remove it again and place it away, take it, put it on this in between. You see now it's different highlighting. When it does this, you can put it in between. Now it's right here, right? Or you can just pick it and put it right here and give it its own full panel. Okay, what else can we add? You can add there's a lot of things, you know. There's a lot of things. Pattern. You have pattern. You see that? You can literally put it like right here, okay? Make it part of this as a group, okay? Or you can put it right here and make it an icon. You see that? Or you can just make everything icons. You see that? It's just flexible. Look at this. The libraries, make it an icon. Properties, make it an icon. You can literally make everything icons. See that? Style, make it an icon. Now when you click on these icons, you get the full views of these things. So this can save you a lot of space. Okay, this can literally save you a lot of space, right? So you can literally remove every single thing here. Every single thing here, right? And then it's gonna end up looking like this, saving you some space, right? And then you can click here, put this back on. So now whatever you want, let's say you want to see layers of whatever you're designing, you can come here and click and see the layers. You can always stretch it like this and see the layers, and then click another for another, click another for another, and stuff like that. Okay, I don't know what that is, sorry. Great. Now this is how you change your interface. This is how you add and remove your things. Did I show you how you close it? You come up on any of this and you right click and close it. So now it's gone. See that? Gone. Close. Gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. And everything is gone. See that? And this is how your interface looks like. Now if you want to know more about everything, right, in the interface and how to use whatever you see here, well then subscribe and you're gonna get more videos suitable for you. Now, let's say you wanna bring back everything. You feel like you just, you know, ruined everything. This is how you bring it back. Reset, and you reset it, and it goes back to how it used to look like. Okay, great. Now, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Okay, leave a comment down below, and thank you for subscribing. I'll see you on another one.